No matter your design style, giving your home the wow factor doesn't have to be outrageously expensive or expensive at all. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 interior design ideas to give your home an expensive look on a budget. My name is Jason, and I have done over 200 homes in Los Angeles, from construction, development, design, and all of those things. And I pride myself on the little details and just going that little extra mile. But here are some secrets I have that can make you the happiest you can possibly be living in your home, and of course, keeping that on a budget. Let's start the countdown. My first suggestion is taking a small room and making it feel big. The trick that we really use for that is actually just mirrors. If you're going to put a mirror into a room, it will expand the space dramatically. It's a psychological trick, maybe something that you'd see in an elevator potentially. These are really great tricks to help with reflecting light, brightening up a space. Of course, adding a frame to those mirrors is always a really cool idea. I personally like to just use a beveled edge on my mirrors. Every once in a while, it's really fun to put a gold trim on there or even a painted trim just to enhance the space. A lot of the times when I am talking about going into a remodeled house where they want to do a lot of things but don't necessarily have the budget for everything, it's really easy to do something that I like to present as the small updates. So someone might want to repaint their whole kitchen or design the whole kitchen again, but that's a massive project to take on. So what I like to do is I like to change the hardware. So removing all of your hardware, your pulls, your knobs, potentially even door hardware, whatever you're using, switch those out. Those are gonna be a really easy thing for you to switch out. And these small finishes are used on a daily basis. So subconsciously, you're gonna feel like you really changed the whole entire thing, and you're really gonna get to feel like you have a new space. Tip 3 can be a little bit more time sensitive, but if you felt like you really could, I would suggest go ahead, paint those cabinets, give it a fresh coat, make it more vibrant, make it more poppy. Have fun with that. Don't hold back from changing and picking colors, because that is going to be a fun way to express your character in the home, but also bringing new life to it as well. If you're gonna go ahead and go the route of painting, I do suggest that you keep the colors simple. Stay on that neutral color tone, keep it stress-free, a cheap way to brighten up your room. Lighter colors always help with light and getting it feel more bright and more spacious, and easier to also style in those rooms. Neutral colors are easy to find, they're not difficult to use. If colors are on your mind, keep watching, because I'm gonna be going through how to use neutral colors to build a strong base for how we're going to grow the space in your room and really elevate the whole home. So if we're gonna stay small and not go into those big projects like we're thinking about here, let's just focus on your furniture. Elements in the home that can add a lot of character to it without really causing too much of an issue. We're talking about tables, coffee tables, chairs, desks, beds, bedding, sheets, pillows, things like that. You're talking about using scented candles on a coffee table, or just small things like that are gonna add a huge amount of class to the home. You wanna eliminate clutter and use items to really class the space up. If you're looking for places to go where you can find these cool little neat things, definitely check out IKEA, because they have a lot of awesome things in their showroom that will give you great ideas as to how to really elevate a space without really putting too much into it. By the way, if this is helping you at all, go ahead, give me a like, give me a follow, subscribe to the channel. Your support is my motivation to keep on pushing these things through. So any help would be massively appreciated. One other thing is using fake plants. Even in my own office, not in this current office, but in my office at work, we even put fake plants everywhere because we just wanted it to feel more natural. All right, this is a fun one, but you really gotta get some skills to do it. Now, we're talking about paneling. So if you can add paneling to a room, it's going to add a whole other level of excitement to a room, really classes it up, really makes it something special. And I guarantee if you do it, you are gonna be super thrilled with the outcome. One thing that I do think is really cool is when you can add some chair rail details and put wallpaper in the center. I think that adds some texture to the space, and it creates a vibrant detail and color. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with that too. My number 8 is if your room is super dark. Some would say this room is kind of dark. The easiest thing you can do is actually add lighting accents. So there's a lot of really cool light elements that you can actually find in Home Depot that are just light bulbs you can place into fixtures. It doesn't need to be something that's plugged in. It doesn't need to be a whole electrical system you need to run, and pay an expensive contractor to bring electrical to a space. You can do things with batteries or anything like that. Totally functional options, but definitely something worth doing to brighten the space that you're in. Tip number 9 is really simple. If you don't have a fun floor similar to this, that's my chevron floor, is adding elements to the floor like rugs, carpets, shag carpets, knitted carpets, any kind of carpet that you can think of that you would like. Fill an empty space and really bring a lot of color and character to a room. Ruggable is a great option because they're super easy to clean and they are really easy to change out too. Finally, now that we've gone through all of our suggestions, this is number 10. Is really bringing all of them together and creating the layers. We've talked about lighting, we've talked about rugs, we've talked about furniture, we've talked about painting, we've talked about adding trims, and all you gotta do is really compile them together to really create a simple, unique, elegant space. Don't cramp it all together thinking every single thing needs to come in and that's going to create the space. No. It needs to be done with purpose. It needs to be done with elegance. There needs to be a reason for what you're doing. Choosing your spaces and your elements appropriately are going to be a major player in doing this right. And if I can help you, give me a call, shoot me a DM, follow me on Instagram, subscribe here for more videos just like this. So hopefully you can take this and change your space, and I will see you on the next video.